We are now in week 15 to 16, and this is the last 2 weeks na lang, no? Before your final exam. So your final exam covers from the beginning until the last topic, incorporation natin. So as you can see here, at the end of the unit, you're expected to identify the characteristics of partnership. So we are now in partnership accounting. So we're done with sole proprietorship, no? Now yung service, at saka yung merchandising. Kasi yung manufacturing, that will be for your next accounting na ninyo. Okay. So, by definition, distinguish the characteristics, advantages, and disadvantages. And B naman, describe and analyze the profit and loss distribution, okay, of the partnership and different types of businesses and distinguish the difference and usefulness of the financial statement of sole proprietorship and partnership. Okay, let's start with the first one, yellow A. So as you can see, by definition of partnership, okay, so this is a business organization, di ba? Tulungan na sila. It may be sole, partnership, so ito ang isa gani, corporation, and actually na ay pang-upat, no? It's ang cooperative. Okay. So it's one of the business organization which is it is owned by two or more persons. Lisod mo kayo mag-partnership no nga, ikaw lang isa. So dapat nandiyan ka partner. So two or more persons bind themselves to contribute to tulo ang methods or kinds nila na to contribute. It may be in the form of money. Pwede po sila mag-contribute of non-cash item or property. Pwede po sila mag-contribute og ilahang services or industry. So to a common fund, so they are now co-owners of that fund, which siyempre the end purpose or goal nila is to divide profits among members. Hindi pwede nga wala yung makashare sa profits. So again, partnership by definition, the partnership is a binding contract. Okay, contract between two or more persons that combines themselves to contribute money, property, or industry to a common fund with the intention of dividing the profits among themselves. So each owner is called partner. Ayan, so partner. And then the partnership are made for the purpose of practice of the profession. Such lawyers, accountants, medicine, or other professionals are called GPP. So duha ka klase ang partnership no, it may be taxable in terms of taxation, GPP, general professional partnership, and taxable partnership. So pag GPP mangled class, so they created partnership for the purpose of exercising their profession. So example of this one, kato mga accounting firm, okay, dili sa Tagum, di ba na may mga accounting firms dali ah. Example sa mga GPP here in Tagum, syempre yung mga accounting firms such as the Olanyo Duterte and Associates accounting and accounting firm. Even yung Malbas Mahinay, that is also a partnership. Ano pa ba? I think the ano yung sa may Lapu-Lapu, nakalimutan. Agunod. Okay, partnership po ito siya. Right, partnership. And then, pwede po si lawyers. Ayan, so lawyers. It may be yung sa may Power Rangers na Gagurat Shawakan sa mga NR Baguio. Okay. So that is considered as general professional partnership. Okay. The binding contract between the partners is in a form of articles of co-partnership. So, sa corporation, this is articles of incorporation. Sa partnership, this is articles of co-partnership. So, if it is the agreement is formal and in writing. Siyempre, if it is formal and in writing, na sila document, and that document is in a form of articles of co-partnership. And then, for the podcast, ang partnership is actually can be created by just mere agreement. Which means, verbal lang siya, pwede po, no? Pwede po ka maka-create of partnership by verbal lang, or di kaya informal. So, no need to be registered sa SEC. Pwede po na siya. Okay? So, characteristics of partnership is just mutual agency. Okay? So, dapat any decision must be in consent with each partner kasi the decision of one partner is a decision of the entire partnership. Be careful, kaya nga be careful no to choose sino yung partners niya. So, division of profits and loss, syempre they are entitled for any profits and even they also share in terms of losses. Then, kaya nga, they contribute to a common fund, di ba? So, they are co-owners of that properties or asset. And sabi dito, partnership has a limited life. So, bakit siya limited life? Kasi nga, class, mura na siya ka ng partners nga mag-uyab, no? Kaya kung na third party, involved bungkag ang partnership, pag na ay ma-withdraw, okay, kapoy na siya bungkag ang partnership, pag na ay mamatay, bungkag ang partnership. So, any withdrawal, third party or investment from another partner, or di kaya death of a partner will constitute dissolution. Okay, made-dissolve yung partnership. Kaya nga it has a limited life. Limited life. So madali siyang i-form but it has also okay, limited life. So madali po siyang masisira. So unlimited liability is because there are partners that are liable to the extent of the personal asset. Okay? So 'di ba remember lahi ang 'di ba sa ano ngayon sa entity concept no, lahi ang partners, lahi po ng partnership. Okay? So ang utang ni partnership pwede po siya ma-transfer sa mga partners. Kaya nga meron silang unlimited liability. Okay? So they have unlimited liability kasi they are liable to the extent of their personal asset. Income taxes, sabi ko kanina, no? Kasi usually pag general professional partnerships, yung mga GPP, remember ha, GPP po ito, GPP. So they are exempt from income taxes. So yung partnership mismo is exempt from income tax. Not all taxes, ha? Income taxes lang po. Okay? And then partners equity account, so specific partners na po sila specific account for capital. For example, kung partner ni si Tundag o si Sarayan, so Tundag Capital o nga po Sarayan Capital. Kasi individual, meron silang individual po na capital account. Okay? Then advantage and disadvantage of partnership among corporation, in events of sole proprietorship businesses, okay, advantage ni partnership is that it has greater financial capacity or capability. Kasi nga, dalawa na kayo. So, dalawa na kayo makakontribute sa partnership. Unlike with sole proprietorship, siya naman is sa lowercase siya. And then, second one, it combines skills. So, mag-brainstorming sila, expertise and experiences. Kasi partnership na sila, no? So, meron na siyang partners who can share. And even freedom of flexibility of actions, decision-making, sole proprietorship businesses. Then, easier and less expensive to organize and more personal and informal. Disadvantage is that, sabi ko kanina, it can be easily dissolved kasi nga pag may mamatay, pag may mag-withdraw, pag na ay third party, bungkag ang partnership. Okay, so wala ang partnership. Buhat na pagbago. Okay? Then, unstable compared to corporation kasi nga they have unlimited limited life lang yung partnership. Unlike the corporation kasi they have unlimited. Okay? So even though ang corporation man good class, diba, 30 years, 50 years man na siya based on the law, then it can be renewed or renewable siya. Kaya nga, yung corporation is considered to have unlimited life. So, na maging mga corporation, maglapas sa 100 years na. So, can create personal obligation to partners. Okay, kaya nga kasi any decision ni partners, liable ang the rest partners. Yung nga mutual agency. So, be careful whom to choose as your partners. Then, less effect in raising capital compared to corporations kasi ang corporations mas malaki yung scope ni corporation unlike with the partnership. And that's how distinguished in the manner of characteristics from corporation, manner of creation, mas madali lang yung partnership kaysa sa corporation. Number of persons, mas marami yung corporation kaysa sa partnership. Commencement of juridical personality, so both of them actually, no? Meron silang juridical personality, pero ang corporation, specifically, meron sa legal pero personality. So management and extent of liability, right of succession is available only for corporation. So kumbaga, ang kanang ilahang capital, pwede nila mamana sa ilang mga anak or ma-transfer from other person. Okay, pag mamatay sila sa corporation. Sa corporation. Si corporation lang ang right of succession. Pero si partnership man good, pag mamatay ang isa ka partner, bungkag ang partnership. So wala siya rights of succession. Okay? So classification of partners in object, it may be universal or all present properties, okay, all of the properties. Then it may be they are partners based on the profits lang, and then they can it may be particular partnership for very specific with accounting firm, sa law firm, particular partnership. Liability, pag sinabi natin general, ito yung sabi ko kanina, bakit siya merong unlimited liability. Kasi nga, liable sila to the extent of their personal assets. While for limited naman, they are liable only based on their contribution. So, hindi pwede mo lapas sa ilang contribution. Tama lang kung pila ang ilang na contribute. That's why limited partnership. Duration, it may be fixed term, or kaya sa gusto lang nila. Then purpose, it may be for business or not for business. Then legality, if say de jure, that is legal, no? If I'm not mistaken, legal. And then de facto naman, that is illegal. Kinds of partnership, general. Sabi ko kanina, general partners are liable to the extent of their personal asset. Limited lang, limited to the extent of their contribution as liability. As to capital contribution, it may be capitalist. It means money. Okay? Nag-contribute siya, money ang lang ang iyang i-contribute. Industrial, ang iyang i-contribute as iyang services. Okay? So, managing partners, literally, okay, the one who manages the partnership. So, yung partner, okay, this not kind of partner, this kind of partners. Partners siya. So, liquidating, so they are the one who are going to assign for any liquidation ng partners. In terms of liquidation ng partners, sila yung nagmamanage. So, if sila liquidate kasi mag-cease to operate na sila, hindi na sila mag-operate. So, if that's the case, dyan papasok si liquidating partner, siya ang na-assign to liquidate all the partnership's assets. Dormant, silence, secret, and nominal arrest. So, let's have the capital. Capital of, specifically, class, sabi ko kanina, di ba? So, no need to be registered. Okay. So, kung sa ADI, dapat na maparegister. Record na maparegister. If the capital of the partnership is 3,000 or more, in money, property, or even as a public instrument or notaryo, or investment niya nga land, no? It must be notarized. So that's why there is a need to be registered sa SEC. Okay? So, kasi matingala mo ng SEC sa corporation naman na, di ba? Dili, pwede ang partnership nila. Okay? So, mga partnership, they can be registered sa Securities and Exchange Commission. Okay? Pero syempre, but if not registered, still valid and existent. Pero de facto lang sila. Illegal. And then, SEC shall not register any corporation organized by professional. So, wala kayong makita nga accounting firm or law firm na corporation. Kasi nga, tama lang sila sa partnership, particularly general professional partnership. Na may mga accounting firm na siya lang isa no sole proprietorship ang po dili sa kagum. Then naman po partner sa partnership, that is GPP, General Professional Partnership. Pero bawal daw yung corporation. Okay, this is according with the law, in accordance with the law. So registration is just a matter of security and issuance for licenses. Then equity account, sabi ko kanina, each of the partners has its own account. Ito all investment of the partners. So syempre, ano yung example din kanina, si Tundag, nakulima ko sa Sarayan ba to? No? Tundag Capital and Sarayan Capital, nasa specific account title for capital account. And then drawing accounts naman, so syempre simple no, ginagap yung withdrawal. So connect ka na pa withdrawal. Pero dili this account called permanent and temporary withdrawals. But in this case, mistake na for this one sa theory ganin niya. Okay. Pag gani permanent withdrawal, it will be deducted sa capital account. If it is temporary, pag ingon sa problem is temporary, okay, diri siya ibutang sa drawing account. Okay. Again, permanent withdrawal, automatic sa capital account, di na mo yung drawing. Then temporary is sa drawing account. The next one is yung loan receivable from partners. So in this case, ang nangutang si partner sa partnership. Like for example, sa partnership nila ni Tundag and Sarayan, so TS, nangutang si Tundag sa TS partnership, so that is loan receivable from partners. This is to account all loans of the partnership to partners. Then loans payable naman, so diri si partnership ang nangutang sa partners. Okay? So diri like for example, si TS kanina si Tundag, so TS nangutang kay Tundag, Miss Tundag. Okay. So kanisa magamit lang siya actually sa higher accounting yung subject. Kasi we will discuss only the operation and the formation of the partnership. Kasi yung mga dissolution and liquidation that will be discussed sa inyo third year na ninyo. Okay? So, kaya pa ba mag third year? Third year, no? O, di na mo gusto mag third year.
Kaya mo ka.
Kaya, sir, oy.
Kaya mo ka. So, sa third year na ninyo. Kaya mo. So,
Hindi masangit, sir.
Hindi masangit. So, mga first batch na senior high, no? Third year pa sila karon. Mga first batch na senior high. So, kaya may tabos nila pagka 14. So, partnership formation. Okay, so this is the, so katutanan, intro patutanan. In the focus here, in the ULO, is yung how are you going to account partnership formation or creation. So, ano yung mo ang accounting, what's the accounting for partnership creation or formation? Okay? So, in accounting for formation of partnership, the entry should include, same pa rin debit to all assets pag na-contribution, and credit to liability pag na-liabilities attached to that asset. But take note if it is assumed by the partnership. If it is not, was siya appeal, then, siyempre, capital account. Sino naman gyapon kung mag-contribute debit asset, then credit capital, kung may liability, appealon mo. Then, question lang, if the investment is non-cash asset, remember for this one, measurement or valuation of investment by partners is based on the agreement or the fair market value. Okay? So, if the contribution is non-cash asset o yung properties, diba, tulong mo ito i-contribute niya money, property, or industry. So, kung property ang i-contribute, the measurement basis will be fair market value. Okay, remember this one na, fair market value for non-cash asset. Okay, siyempre pag cash, if the investment is in the form of cash, siyempre kung pila ang iyahang face value, so, kung 100 siya, syempre 100 pesos. So, pila ang face amount niya. Face yun, specific, no? Pila ang face amount. Kung makita niyo mo sa 100, syempre 100 pesos. So, face amount or face value. Okay. Then, the fair market value at the date of transfer is different from carrying amount. Then, so, pag na-changes sa fair value, okay, it is considered as benefit of the contributing partners. It will be added or deducted sa capital sa nag-invest. Siyempre sa nag-invest, wala yung appeal si partners, other partners, and then the partners. Siyempre, ikaw ito nag-invest. Then, partnership is formed based on the following scheme. So, it may be pwede po mag-form duha ka tao nga walay business, without businesses. Pwede po. O di kaya, ang isa na ay business, ang isa walay business. Or di kaya, both of them, individuals with businesses. So let's try. Before that one, let's have muna the process. Okay. So what is the process to depend upon on individual forming the partnership? Depende sa kanila. Okay. So if the individuals form partnerships wala silang existing businesses, the investment shall be recorded directly by debiting asset. Okay, kung unsa ilang i-invest. Okay. So, crediting liabilities if assumed. Be careful sa assume, ha? Then, crediting also the capital account of the business. Siyempre, pag na-contribution, di ba, initial contribution, debit cash or property, then credit the capital. Same raghihapon din sa partnership. Okay? So, the individuals, ito medyo bibo nga part. Why? Kasi tulo ka process ang imong i-consider. So if the individuals is forming a partnership is with business, the investment shall be recorded in the following steps. So you need to adjust, you need to close the books of the previous business and mag-open ka na naman of books for the new partnership. Okay? So adjust the account to what was the agreement between the partners or even the fair market value. Close the books kay lisdan nimo og bag-o na po nga libro. And ang bag-o nga libro that is now the books of the partnership. Okay? So kani yung buhaton pag na-existing businesses. Okay? And take note for this also, if the adjustment affecting nominal accounts, remember that the capital account, the partners are affected from the adjustment. So automatically, dili ka pwede mag-record of expense or income, no? Automatic adjust directly to capital account. Okay, masabtan niyo niya sa adjustment. And the changes on the asset with contra asset account is recording adjustment. The account titles to be used is the contra asset account. The recording of contribution, bonus method. So method, no effect on the asset incurred. So kung pila yan na contribute, that will be their capital. Okay, let's have the illustration. So yung first illustration here, ito. This is yung first one nga both of them is wala sila existing business. So walay business si Gonzalvo, walay business si Parangaban. So if that's the case, let's have this one. So Mr. Gonzalvo and Miss Parangaban form partnership. Gonzalvo invested a parcel of land, so non-cash asset. Cost his father 200 and the land had a fair market value of 300 at that time the time he inherited. So dugay na kayo. Dugay na kayo ng fair market value. So it is actually 3 years ago. The fair value of the land is appraised to 450. Ayan. Upon formation of the partnership, and 30 minutes after the formation, the land is sold for 575. So upon recording of the capitals of the partnership, he insisted that the value of the land is 600. Thus, his capital account should be credited with this amount. And the contribution of Pangaraban is equals to the amount of the investment by Gonzalvo. What is the amount can be credited to Gonzalvo capital account? So actually, you can compute this one or you can journalize this one individually. So let's try the first one. Okay. So yung first one, ano yung first one? Let's start with the Gonzalvo capital. Kasi magbase man gud si Panggaraban kung pila ang gi-invest ni Gonzalvo. So question, unsa ang gi-invest ni Gonzalvo? Ang gi-invest ni Gonzalvo is land. Okay. Remember, unsa gini ang measurement nato sa land gani? Ano gini nato diri ato ni Kuya? Okay, measurement or valuation of the investment by capital partners is based on the agreement or the fair market value of the non-cash asset contributed by the partners to the partnership. Okay? So, dapat ang fair market value. So, which the following amounts is the best fair market value? 200 ba? Dili no? Kasi this was the cost. Dugay na niya amount. 300, dugay na po niya fair market value. Okay, 450 dapat, diba? 450. And then, nag-insist si, nasold siya 575. And then nag-insist pa gid si si Gonzalvo na 600. So kaning tulo asa diri ang gamiton as the basis for the land measurement of the land. Is it 450, 575 or 600? So kani 600 dini siya pwede because dapat agreement between the partners. So kani si Gonzalvo raman ani wala man nag-agree ang isa. Okay? So wala na si 600. Now si 450 at saka si 575. Okay. So the answer for this one actually is the 57. So 450 was the fair market value. Pero the best measurement is katong pagbaligya na niya. So therefore, the measurement for the land is 575. So you debit land for the contribution of Gonzalvo, 575, then you credit Gonzalvo capital. Okay? 575. Okay? Supposed to be kung wala na siya nabaligya class na after that. So the answer will be 450 kasi this is the best fair market value. But since this is sold automatically within the day, so that is the best fair market value kasi that is the value in the market. Okay? How much the value it will be sold in the market. So 575 is the correct amount for the land. Okay? So question po dito sa land. Na may question sa land? Or na pa mo dira guys?
Na pa, sir.
Na pa din.
Apa, sir.
Okay, so mata kay Gonzalvo. The next one, kay Pangaraban. Ayos po? Sige din. Wala. Sige, sige. Again, kung mata kay Gonzalvo, the next one kay Pangaraban. So, kung sa itong gamitin kay Pangaraban, Faranggaban. Saan ba yung pangalan nila? Ayan. So, di ba, kung sige niya diriya, the contribution of Pangaraban is equal to the amount invested by Gonzalvo. So, mag-contribute pa si Pangaraban kung pila ang amount na gi-invest ni Gonzalvo. Therefore, you debit cash for the investment ni Pangaraban by pila? 575 po. Kaya naman siya equal kung pila ang gi-invest ni Gonzalvo. Then you credit Faranggaban capital by 575. Okay? Or, ito nasa baba, this is the compound entry. Okay? So, ako lang yung tagi-tagi para masabta na ito ang diri specifically. And then, this is the compound. So, either of the two will do. So, pwede po the compound entry na ninyo daan. Which is debit sa land 575, credit sa cash for 575. Debit sa cash for 575 also. Then, credit Gonzalvo Capital for 575. And then, credit for Pangaraban Capital for 575. Okay? So, yan na lang. Debit the asset, then credit the capital. So, that is how we're going to record if it is both of them. Okay? Is wala silang businesses. Existing businesses. Okay? So, let's try how about pag naa sila'y existing businesses silang dalawa. Okay. So, like for example here, kay Calao and kay Borromeo. Okay? So June 1, 2020, Calao and Borromeo form partnership and provides that Calao and Borromeo share profits and losses for 30 and 70% respectively. So each contributing the following assets. Siyempre, naman sila existing business, napod sila specific cash, accounts receivable, inventory, napod sila machinery, building, and furniture and fixtures. Now, okay, ako na i-delete yun. Okay, discuss ko yun nila. So, they have this agreement. First one, these are the adjustments. No? They provide 3% allowance for uncollectible accounts for accounts receivable. Then the fair value of the building is 220 and the fair value of the furniture is 13,000. Ayan. Okay. So, sa gitong process gani, pag na-existing businesses gani, so balik ka sa katong discussion pa kanina. And diba, this was the discussion kanina if merong existing businesses. So, look at process. Adjust, close, and open. Adjust the books, yung investment or yung asset to its fair value or the agreement. Close the books. Okay. And then open another books for the partnership. So, adjust, close, and open. Let's start with the first one. So, ano yung mga adjustment or agreement? Diba? This was the adjustment or agreement. Okay? So, the first one is 3% of the accounts receivable will be uncollectible accounts. So, if that's the case, class, ano pala yung entry? Let's start with kay Calao. Okay. Kay Calao, take a look at this one. Pila gani ang ano niya, class? Percentage, diba 3%? So 3% of the receivable, that is the uncollectible account. So therefore, this one, okay. So on 90,000, ay, hindi makita yung ano, calculate. So kung 90,000 siya, multiplied by 3%. So times 0.0. So nasa allowance for uncollectible accounts na fiscal. So sa ganyan ang entry pag na allowance for uncollectible accounts. Si debit uncollectible accounts expense no ba nakabigan? Then you credit allowance for uncollectible accounts. So pila ganito gan? 27. Ay, 27. Yan. Mhm. Okay. Pero take note. Okay. Di ba kaling uncollectible accounts, this is a nominal account. Di ba? Nominal account. This is a nominal account. Sorry, magko-comment po. Delete ko muna ito. Di ba nominal account? Then sabi natin kanina, no more nominal account. So the adjustment affecting nominal accounts, remember that the capital account of the partners are affected. So therefore, automatic, all adjustments related to nominal accounts, it will be adjusted, okay, to capital account automatically. So therefore, instead of using uncollectible accounts expense, we use CALAW capital. Okay? So instead of using yung kanina, uncollectible accounts expense, we use CALAW capital. Kasi directly, all the nominal accounts affecting, it will be charged directly to capital. Okay? So no need for nominal accounts. Okay ba? Okay? Ano pa mo dira? Or gibiyaan ako ni...
Yes, sir.
Ano pa din?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Buhi pa mi.
Buhay pa mo. Hindi pa-admit din. Okay, next one. Let's look at Borromeo. Kay Borromeo, same time process of 3% of the accounts receivable. Ano ang calculate natin? So, 110 times 3%. 0. So, nasa 330. So, therefore, instead of uncollectible accounts expense, we use the capital account ni Borromeo. And credit allowance for uncollectible. Pila man? 3. Okay, so we're done with the first one. The second one is the fair value. Okay. So the fair value of the building is 220. And the fair value of the furniture is 30. So let's start with kay Kalaw. Kalaw yapon. So kay Kalaw, unsa yung contribute building ba to or katong furniture? Ang building kay Borromeo. Then ang furniture kay Kalaw. Furniture ato Okay. So as you can see, pila ang fair value of the furniture. Diba ang furniture na siya ay 13,000. And then, the book value of the furniture is 10. So, na siya increase na 3,000. So, saan na to pag-entry pag na-increase? Siyempre, di ba, furniture is dungagan na to ang furniture. Kung sa ganun, normal balance of furniture, di ba? Furniture is an asset. So, you
Yes, sir.
debit. Debit, no? So, you debit furniture and fixtures. Pila man? 10,000. 3,000. Then you credit gain. Pero ano nga yung sabi din kanina with regards to any adjustment? Ay, kontra-kontra man din niya. So gain. Pag merong gain, dapat mag-credit ba ka o gain on increase? Di ba gain is considered as nominal account also. So instead of using gain, we use the capital account. Kalaw capital by 3,000. Okay? And then, kay Borromeo, Borromeo. So kay Borromeo, as you can see here, ilagay ang contribute kay Borromeo building, no? Then ang building is 225, and then take a look at this one, the fair value is 220, ni gamay, ni baba. No? So na-loss, no? But in this case, we will not recognize this as loss, but we will recognize this one as depreciation. So na-depreciate ang iyang value. Okay? So in this case, di ba, normally, the adjusting entity for recording depreciation, yung sa kita ganit, depreciation expense debit,
Yes, sir.
then you credit the accumulated depreciation. Tapulan yan ko. Ako na lang gyakon yung ano. Okay, so pila ganitong difference nilang doa? 225 no, then ibaba ang yung value na himong 220.
5,000.
Okay, so nasa 5,000. Tama. Right. Okay. So, what can you observe? Nana po yung nominal account. Diba? Wala na lagi nominal account. List na nato yung capital. So, therefore, Borromeo, capital. Okay? And actually, the answers here in sa inyong module is compound entry na siya. Okay? So, naka-compound entry siya. Like, for example, kay Kalaw, di ba? Kumbaga, kanidong duha, isahon doon ang kaning duha. Ay mo siyang ingani. Okay? So, kani, so na ay Kalaw capital nga 27 debit, then credit nga 3,000. So, di ba, 3,000 minus, sakit ba sa mata ang yellow?
Okay lang, sir.
Okay lang, sir.
Okay lang. So, 3,000 minus 27, that is 300. Sige, compound entry na niya, guys. Then, syempre, debit niya furnitures and fixtures for 3,000. Then, credit ang estimated uncollectible accounts or allowance for uncollectible accounts na 2,700. Tapos, hindi na pwede mo maglibog dari rin sa system nito. Okay? So, this is just a compound entry. Okay, same with the adjusting entry for Borromeo. So, Borromeo capital as 8K, asagi ka ng 83. That is debit na 33, no? 33. Then, naapoy debit na po nga 5. So, na siya 83. And you credit, syempre, allowance for uncollectible accounts. Then, the accumulated depreciation expense, 5. So, either will do. Okay, so sa mo mas how compound entry ba yun? So, sahon niyo, bahala naman diyan. Okay? So, after adjust, sa itong sunod gani, close. So, i-close ni mo tanan accounts ni Kalaw and ni Borromeo. And open na pod mo og bag-o nga combined na tanan. Okay? So, i-close ninyo siya sa libro, kaya i-transfer ninyo sa bag-o na pod nga libro, which is the opening of the books of the partnerships. Basta 1 minute na naman dito.